All right, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem failed to define habeas corpus, the constitutional right against unlawful detention. Noem was asked about the constitutional protection by Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire after pointing out that White House advisor Stephen Miller told reporters earlier this month that the administration was actively looking at suspending habeas corpus.
So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to.
Let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas
right
corpus, excuse me, that's incorrect.
President
habeas
Lincoln
corpus,
used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens, and hold them indefinitely for no reason. Habeas corpus is the foundational right that separates free societies like America from police states like North Korea. So, Secretary Noem, do you support the core protection that habeas corpus provides, that the government must provide a public reason in order to detain and imprison someone?
Yeah, I support habeas corpus. I also recognize that the President of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
Katty Kay, after Senator Hassan there defined it for her, what do you make of her answer?
Look, I watched this. There's no way that Kristi Noem went into that hearing without being briefed by her staff, right? I mean, principals are prepped when they go into briefings like that. It seems to me unlikely that she didn't know what habeas corpus is. So you then have to think, was she acting for an audience of one and just trying to make her boss happy with her redefinition of it? If that's the cynic in me, and maybe I've been in Washington too long, but otherwise she just was dumb and didn't know something that is basic about American law that she clearly should know, particularly given the position she's in and given all of the cases and the amount of times habeas corpus has come up in political and legal discussion in this town in the last couple of months. So I think she was performing.
You know, there are a lot of surprises that we've had over the past 3 months. I think you're being very gracious, by the way. So anyway, there are a lot of things that have surprised Americans over the last 3 months, and a lot of things that people have gone, oh my God, you know, where's the America that I grew up knowing? I'll tell you one thing that I have been so heartened by is the fact that so many Americans have shown pollsters, politicians, everybody else, they understand what due process is. They understand what habeas corpus is. They get it as their right. And I will keep going back to William Galt's and Wall Street Journal op-ed, where he said, elites, they don't think Americans understand the that debate. And he said, he showed some poll results. He said, oh no, they understand. They understand, and they like it very much. They understand what separates America from most of the countries across the world. And you look at Abrego Garcia, you look at that situation where in most polls, you know, the White House is upside down by like 20 points. Because, again, they don't love Abrego Garcia, but they're like, they said what the Supreme Court said. Can't just throw somebody on a plane and make them disappear into an El Salvador prison. And so in this respect, the American people are proving to be pretty stubborn about their rights, their due process rights.
Yeah, and it's a fundamental right. It's something that is part of the American foundation. And we know, we've talked about on this show, the Trump White House reflexively, always, when they want to change the subject, they always go back to immigration. I think that's his signature issue. That's what's got him elected a couple of times, they believe. And they did so with a real shock and awe approach this time. Yes, violating due process, but also those slickly produced, promotional videos of those prisoners being put in, heads shaved, being put into that El Salvador prison. And that's backfired. Polls suggest that Americans don't like that, outside of perhaps the very core MAGA base. And there's a recognition even in the White House. Some of the people I've talked to, this is Stephen Miller's plan. He's the lead architect of this, but he's had support from others, that it hasn't quite landed the way they wanted. Doesn't mean they're going to adjust approaches, and they haven't yet. They're certainly still trying to deport migrants without due process to other places, but this hasn't been the political winner that they hoped it would be.
Well, and there hasn't been the consistency because, as Meek and I have explained, that in some of our off-the-record discussions with the White House, it's very clear that Donald Trump had told people around him, I want to avoid those pictures of mothers being separated from their children. So he and telling people around him that did me no favors in the first term. But there seems to be an inconsistency approach, because there's also the belief that these slick videos that have been highly produced of this seizure and dropping in a notorious El Salvador prison, I didn't quite, in the words, as we keep going to pop culture, and the words of Will Ferrell and the other guys, that didn't turn out the way you expected, did it? It's upside down.
It's interesting what moves the needle on this, and it's visual stuff. I mean, there was a young woman, a Tufts graduate student in Medford, Massachusetts, walking from her apartment to a meeting. This is about 6 weeks or so ago, and all of a sudden, 2 black SUVs pull up alongside her, snatch her, put her in the SUV.
By the way,
and
unidentified.
And it's on a cell phone.
Yeah, and again, unidentified. This doesn't look like America. And what if that's your daughter? What if that's your daughter, and this is normal in the United States? Hey, wait, every father that looks at that is thinking, okay, what if that's my daughter and she's asking, who are you? Who are you? And they just say, come with me, and nobody's showing them any identification, nobody's doing anything, and they dump her in a car. I mean, that's just, again, I don't care what your ideology is. I don't care if you're like me and actually believe the border's there for a reason and people shouldn't come here illegally. That's not how you proceed in this country.
That's why they're not getting the bounce off this thing that they thought they were going to get, to Jonathan's point.